Hello, hello, welcome you beautiful, beautiful earthlings. Welcome again to my channel. And in this video, I want to talk about, I want to spread a message that is inside my heart that I feel may resonate with you viewers out there. And the message is about codependency. It's about validation, it's about needing an external entity or person or something outside of yourself to validate your life. And I want to talk about my personal experience on this. I know for me, um, I used to be someone that, well, growing up, really, I was a person that kind of saw through that when I was young. I really didn't really care about what other people thought about what I was saying, or didn't really needed people to tell me, oh, that I'm cool or whatever like that. But along the way, I could almost say that I felt like I was beaten into emotionally beaten into a position where I now needed to seek validation. I needed to hear a person say something that would make me feel like I'm doing something right. And this is something that I'm seeing in a lot in society. I'm seeing it a lot in groups of people where we want to feel like we're being supported. And this is a great thing. This is also awesome because, no one is an island. No one is by themselves. We all need connection. We were conceived by connection. Um, but there's a reason why I am talking about codependency and not interdependency and not true connection, because I feel like codependency is when two halves are trying to make a whole. So you have one person that is not fully themselves, and then you have another person that's not fully themselves, or you have a group of people that are not fully themselves trying to make something whole. And I know for me, in my path, this was something that was happening to me in relationships, in friendships, in work. And it was eating me alive. It was really, because that's what it does, is that you allow energetic entities to attach themselves onto you, to suck out your energy. And we become numb to this. We don't even realize that this is happening because we've been programmed to believe that this is all right. And codependency is not healthy. Codependency is not healthy. Codependency breeds insecurity, depression, anxiety, anticipation, expectation. It makes room for just makes room for space for lower vibrational space. And I feel like a good way to combat codependency is to realize how powerful you really are, to realize how much power you actually have. We've forgotten how much power we actually have because we've externalized our power. We want science to be, we want to control everything. We want to have all of these things under our hand, and we want to be on top of everything. Yet we're not seeing that this is causing our detriment. This is causing our doom. We're just literally paving the way to hell right now, figuratively speaking. Because I believe that hell and heaven are not anything real. It's just a state of mind. And so when we're in a state of creation, which is something that is always happening, we're always in a state of creation, whether we unconsciously or consciously know this. When we are in a state of creating where we are codependent, we are not fully giving what we truly are here to be giving. We're not truly honoring how powerful we truly are, how loving and how complete we actually are from the beginning. Just thinking about codependency, I mean, it's a very tricky road because we were conceived by connection. You know, I would not have been here had it not been for my mom and my dad. And so, yes, you know, connection is the truth, but codependency, dependency, is like a drug addiction. It's where you start to need something outside of yourself to mask a wound that you have with an illusion of what it is that you think happiness is. And this is this was a huge cause for me for my depression, for my very deep negative disposition on life earlier in my life. And what got me out of that was honoring myself, was to say, wait a second, I don't need anybody. I don't need a single person to validate my life. I don't need a single person to tell me that I am worthy. And this is the thing, right? Is that the thing is that there's people that are so low that they do need to hear this. And yes, you know, connection, it's the truth. Connection is how everything is in the world right now. You know, fish cannot live without water. We cannot live without plants. And so there is definitely a connection in the world, but we have tricked ourselves into believing these mental constructs, these illusions of life, societal norms, that as if this is the norm. And what is really normality? What is normality but just mediocrity? Just another word, it's a synonym. We have to realize that we are worthy. From the day we were born. From the day we were born, we were worthy. I want you, the viewer, to remember when you were born and how worthy you were of your first breath. Right? Because we have the lungs, we have the nose, we have the body to use it, so we are worthy. And it's when it's this indoctrination that happens where, you know, we have parents who show us a lack of love, or we have parents who try to impose their fears onto us. And so this becomes an imprint on us, and we start to believe these things to be real. And this is it's bad, but I don't want to say it's bad because I don't believe anything is either good or bad. I feel like everything is just context. It's all just there to teach you and to, it's your higher self giving you context so that you can grow and expand. But there comes a time where it becomes way too much time sitting in the place of unworthiness, or sitting in the place of believing these illusions. Comes a point where these things don't no longer serve you anymore. And when something's not serving you anymore, it means that something is not, you're plateauing, you're hitting your head on the ceiling and you're not growing anymore. And so, you know, there's a story of a grasshopper who was put into a cup and put a lid on it, and the grasshopper could easily, naturally, you know, jump out of that jar because its natural ability is to jump. But when the lid was put on, the grasshopper would keep hitting this thing, the lid, until eventually the grasshopper was no longer hitting the thing and it was jumping right above. It wasn't even touching it anymore. And then taking off the lid and seeing if the grasshopper is going to jump over that, the grasshopper no longer was able to jump out of this societal norm. It was it learned how to be less of itself. And this is what codependency does. This is what codependency was doing to me. It was teaching me to be less of myself, to be okay with being less of myself, to be okay with people tolerating me, not really celebrating me. And the thing too is that I was also now learning how to do this and becoming that. So I was becoming a person who was trying to subdue other people into becoming less of who they were and just tolerating them. Because the thing is, law of attraction never stops. You always attract who you are, not what you want. So for me, being who I was only going to attract what I was, which was toxicity, which was less than. And now more and more what I'm realizing is that we are infinite beings here on the planet. This is just a transitory experience. We're not really here forever. We can't take it with us. This is just a vehicle for my soul, for my infinite soul. And really and truly, there is something a lot bigger than me that my eyes can't really perceive, because we can't really see everything that's really going on. We're really just seeing a fraction of what actually exists. And so this is the thing, is that we are being visually bombarded, we are being emotionally attacked subtly from all corners of life. And for me, I was programmed into being this way. But the thing is too, is that that's just one level of consciousness. The level of consciousness of things are happening to me instead of things are happening through me. See, because now I'm very grateful for all of my experiences, because now I've realized that my experiences were really just context for who I am now. I'm so grateful for my past, because now I have context. I know where I'm coming from. I know that I had to be there to get to here. I couldn't have gotten here had I not have gone there first. So, really and truly though, the thing is that there was a point in my life where now staying in my unworthiness was beginning to show itself. It was showing up in my body. It was not serving me anymore. It was now becoming a little scary. Even with my diet, I was a very heavy meat eater, just eating cheese and meats and processed meats and junk food, and came to a point where I started to grow like this mole here somewhere around here, and a mole and inflammation and just chubbiness and all these things, and started to scare me, because it looked like now I was becoming what the society wanted me to be, which was an older man with problems that now needs to go to the doctor and needs to have a job to pay for the doctor, because, you know, doctors need to have their money. And that's when I started to say, no, thank you, no. This is not your body. This is not a game. This is not for you to do as you will. And that's when I started to rise and say, how can I let go of the things that aren't serving me anymore, so that I can make space for the things that do serve me? See, now it's a lot easier now. Like now I can smell a barbecue, you know, it's summertime, July here in New Jersey, and be like, okay, you know, it smells great or whatever, but I know what it does, you know. I know what it's done to my body, so I don't need that. Same thing with cheese, you know. Just no. And so this video is really a reminder to realize, what jar are you inside of right now? And is there a lid on there? And have you learned to be less of yourself? That if someone were to even take the lid out and now you're free, You can't even jump out. I want this video to be a reminder that you can jump out, that it's ingrained in you to be amazing, to be super, to be extraordinary. It is ingrained in you if only you let your inner voice speak through you. If only you let the universe speak through you, because we are co-creators of our universe, meaning we are the universe. We come from the universe. We are not separate from it. So if we can allow the energy to move through us and now that we have it, it's a tangible thing almost. It's intangible and tangible at the same time. And to come from this place of empowerment to say, yes, I am worthy. Since the day I was born, I'm worthy. I have these lungs. I'm worthy of this breath. I am worthy of this body. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of experience. We all are. And to come from that place, and just want to leave this video with one last thought, and that's, what does connection mean to you? What does connection feel to you? And can you connect with yourself right now? Can you connect with your environment right now? Can you leave your imprint instead of letting the world leave their imprint onto you? I know for me, it's more and more, I'm realizing that I'm here to leave my imprint. I'm not here to be shaped into whatever it is that they want me to be. I'm here to let the cosmic energy go through me so that I can expand. So, what does connection mean to you? Thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching this video. I love each and every one of you so much. Peace.